Tracey Loynds. I'm the Chief Executive for South Suffolk Leisure, but I'm also the Chair of the Hadleigh Dementia Action Alliance and Sudbury Dementia Action Alliance. The percentage of people that are diagnosed in our communities and living in our communities is around 64%. That's a lot of people, but actually how many of those are in their four walls and never come out because actually they're embarrassed? And so what we can do is draw them back out and keep those people in our communities. It was very easy to sit round a table as a group of local organisations, volunteers and businesses and say what we thought the community needed and what the community wanted. But actually the key thing with creating a dementia-friendly community is about asking the public and asking the people living with dementia, asking the people caring for those people what it is they actually needed. So we completed some comprehensive research to actually find out that data. So creating a dementia-friendly community for us is about improving understanding around dementia and how it affects everybody. Everyone that is diagnosed with dementia is different and their journey can be very different, but also understanding what support is really needed from those people and, as I said, from the people that are caring from them as well. In Hadleigh we have 173 people that are currently registered with the Hadleigh Health Centre as being diagnosed with dementia. In Sudbury that number is about 558, it's through two practices in Sudbury. But actually if you talk to the Alzheimer's Society there's an awful lot of people that are currently undiagnosed. So 1 in 14 people over the age of 65 have dementia and living with dementia currently, and those numbers are looking to escalate significantly over the coming years as early diagnosis and better diagnosis actually comes in. So our aim, our aspiration for our first 12 months as an alliance is to create 2,000 dementia friends, and how we're going to do that is by creating dementia champions. So a dementia champion completes a one-day training session with the Alzheimer's Society that explains how to explain dementia to children, to adults, or to health professionals. It's a really generic model which is really easy to deliver. At Hadleigh, we've already created, in our first 3 months of the year, we've created 333 friends and we already have 12 champions. So we've reached our champion target, but the more champions we have, the further we can push our dementia friends. And within our community, 2,000 people all wearing their forget-me-not can actually make a huge difference. And that's where we're saying, if you walk down the high street and you see someone with a Dementia Friends badge on, give them a smile, give them a knowing look, because they know what you know. And that in itself is going to improve understanding within our community as a first off. We're creating a timetable that actually says this is what's currently there in terms of support, but with the research that and data we've collected, we're then creating other activity, because actually there are 7 days in a week. There's a lot of hours every day, and at the moment we've just got some little snippets of sessions that can support, but we're looking to create a regular activity programme for people with dementia and their carers to go to together, or with dementia without their carers, or just their carers, so we're getting all three aspects of support out there to either, we're looking at a session where you can come and drop off someone with dementia, and the carer can go and do what they want for that 2 hours. So they can go for a swim, they can go and have their hair cut, they can go and talk to a friend. And actually the person with dementia is going to be in a stimulating environment with volunteers that understand dementia and are able to create fun activity sessions or arts and cultural sessions or anything else that they're saying they want to work with. So we're working with Art Links on a number of projects that they're looking to develop for Hadleigh. The inspiration came from two great ladies called Heather and Ronnie. Now, they both work for Allied Healthcare that provides care in the home and also provides dementia support care. Ronnie and Heather went to the Alzheimer's show in Manchester back in July last year, and on the 6-hour journey home, they were so fired up and so inspired by what they'd seen and what they'd heard around creating dementia-friendly communities that they said, we need to make this happen in Hadleigh. How do we do that? So the first thing they did was contact PT Matt Paisley, who was our local police officer. Matt's incredibly well connected, had worked in Hadleigh for a lot of years, and Matt said, leave it with me. So Matt created an email and sent it out to a number of stakeholders and people he knew were working in the communities around Hadleigh, and that's where the initial thoughts and desires came from. So we met back in September, we had a first meeting, and Heather and Ronnie explained to us a little bit more about what a dementia-friendly community could look like and how we could input and influence that. And 2 hours later, I walked away as chair. Heather was the treasurer, Matt was the secretary, and an alliance was formed. To create a dementia-friendly community takes communities, and that's not just 12 people sitting in a room once every 3 months talking about the numbers. And it is very much about connecting people with the churches and the faith groups and in the community, about connecting people that can inspire others, connecting the children in our community and the students. And Hadleigh High School have already started delivering Dementia Friends awareness sessions to their students so that they improve their understanding. One of the really interesting things that was described to me when I did my Dementia Friends session and Dementia Champion training was about a doormat. And as you walk down our high street, each of our shops has a black doormat for us to wipe our feet on. Now, for someone living with dementia, that doormat looks like a big black hole. And so what they're not going to do is want to enter that shop. So they're going to hesitate, they're going to hold back, and they might be with someone that feels quite embarrassed about that. So actually, if we don't get our businesses involved and our doormat changed, we're not going to take away that physical barrier, which is really real. So as an alliance, we're currently looking at creating a design of a doormat that we can encourage our communities to use within their shops, that has our dementia-friendly logos on, that isn't a black doormat that doesn't show the marks in the winter. The big success for us was achieving the formal recognition as working towards creating a dementia-friendly community for Hadleigh, and we're the first town in Suffolk to achieve that, which we're incredibly proud about. We want Sudbury to be number 2. For us, success will be doing some research next year and looking at the data that says that there is more support in our communities, there is greater understanding, and we walk down a high street and every person you see has a dementia-friendly badge. Make it happen. I think from my first meeting to now, dementia has taken over my life. However, it's in a good way, that actually by working to connect different groups and organisations, my involvement in the community that I now live in has become enriched, and you start to see people that you may have spoken to at the first community consultation event when actually they were feeling really isolated, but now they're connected and they know that there's a greater understanding. And I think it's very easy to become isolated, it's very easy to become very protective of your family when things are seemingly going wrong. And once diagnosis is set, once diagnosis is with you, understanding where that support is really critical so that you can live well with dementia.